You're not low-key. You're broke. Private life is a happy life. Fuck off, bro.
I looked at everybody that made fun of me and I looked at their life and they were a bunch of losers.
Another thing that's a big misconception about the world is this idea that there's experts in all these fields and every field is saturated. I believe that's complete bullshit.
Yeah, try that shit on me, bitch. I'd not.
Because I can be nice and I can be a motherfucking monster, and it all depends who you bring out. So remember, if you want to be respected, come with fucking respect.
You're not low-key. You're broke. Private life is a happy life. Fuck off, bro. You are private, not by choice. You're private by accident. Because if you had the money, you would be flossing, bro. You would be flying to Dubai. You would be driving Rolls Royces, wearing houses on the wrist, taking care of your family, wearing designer. I'm not here to hurt your feelings. I just want to put a mirror in front of you. I hate when people try to use their problems or where they're at that life as an excuse and try to make it sound better.
What would you prefer? A private life with your family where you're wealthy but nobody knows your business? Or showing off your money with luxury cars, designer clothes, and constant social media flexing? There's no wrong answer, but be honest with yourself about what actually matters to you. Real confidence doesn't need an audience. If you genuinely be happier living quietly with your family and wealth, don't let people like this convince you that's just cope for being broke. That's your values, and that's completely valid.
You walk into a place, see a group of guys, go up to one of the guys, smack him in the head. The other boys go, "Hey bro, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? Relax. We'll call the police." What do you mean relax? Everybody gets beat up. Everybody gets knocked the fuck out. Everybody's going to sleep. Once everybody's asleep, then I ask what happened. It's my boy. Someone fucked with him? There's no way. I'm not gonna stop. Everybody's going to sleep.
Oh, scary. Shiver my timbers. Shut up, man.
To see who I am is totally dependent on me. But who I am to you is totally dependent on you. Because I can be nice and I can be a motherfucking monster, and it all depends who you bring out. So remember, if you want to be respected, come with fucking respect. If you want to show yourself higher, be very fucking careful, my friend, because some people never fucking back off. So trust me, if you get to see the wrong side of people, check yourself, because maybe you approach them wrong way.
Respect does go both ways, and he's got a point that how you approach people affects how they respond. But his delivery needs serious work. If you're going to act this hard and screams, you can't stumble over your words at the end. That completely ruins whatever tough guy image you were trying to build.
I think I'm superhuman. If everybody else is human, then I could do so much more than them. And I'm so much stronger than them, and so much wiser and smarter and advanced than they are. And I'm probably superhuman. If you're born with some talent, I will destroy your talent every single day in the field that you were born with the talent and I wanted to go into. As long as I want it bad enough, I'll destroy you. Simple as that. If you take the negative energy and transmute it to positive, you could actually create infinite intelligence where there's nothing in the world that could take on you. You actually become a superhuman, and people will laugh at that. But most humans are just humans. They're fat or they're skinny, they're lazy, they don't do anything. They can't even run, let alone they can't take care of themselves or a woman. Like, they're not even human anymore. Is that human? Was that what humans were put on this earth to do? Not being able to get off the couch? We're a bunch of slaves? Skills are measured by lots of fucking hard work and doing the same thing over and over and over again.
If you're in an argument with a man, hit them with a, first of all, you need to brush your teeth. That usually does. And you're usually right, so.
Yeah, try that shit on me, bitch. I'd not brush my teeth. Whether my breath is good or bad makes no difference, okay? I'll overpower you in an instant.
The girl showed she can't handle normal disagreements by immediately going to personal attacks about someone's breath instead of addressing actual points. That's weak debate tactics. Attack the person when you can't attack the argument. But then this commentator somehow topped her stupidity by completely losing it and threatening her with, "Try that shit on me, bitch." This Muppet took it so personally he had to make threats over a comment about breath. Either he hasn't brushed his teeth in ages, or someone he cared about told him his breath stinks and it's still a sore spot. Both of them are showing they can't handle basic disagreements like adults. She goes straight to immature insults, and he responds with aggression and threats. This is what happens when people have zero emotional control and can't separate criticism from personal attacks. Grow up, brush your teeth, and learn to have conversations without immediately escalating to insults and threats.
The way poor people behave is actually atrocious. And I know many young men who listen to me are making a lot of money, especially those inside of my school. So I'm going to give you some advice on being rich. And the advice is this: do not let anyone tell you how to be rich. When I was on my way up, and as you're on your way up, you're going to have people doubting you at first, saying that you're not rich, you don't have money, your cars are rented. But when you get to the point where I am, where you buy $2.1 million Aston Martin DB5s from 1963 and $5 million and $7 million Bugattis and Koenigsegg's, people acknowledge that you're rich because people can't say that you're not. So what they do instead is this, and I'm going to give you the rebuttal that somebody like me gives to them. You know, Tristan, you're not really old money. You're clearly new money. You know, real rich people don't buy $5 million Bugattis. Real rich people don't buy $7 million Koenigsegg's. Real rich people don't show off the fact that they've bought a $16 million super yacht. Real rich people are quiet. Real rich people are humble. Well, guess what? You may actually be right. Of course, rich people buy all of these things, but maybe you're right about the showing off. Maybe you're right about the displays of wealth. Maybe you're right about running your mouth. But guess what? I'm not old money. I'm a nigger from the streets. I am from the council estate, and I have made hundreds of millions of dollars. So I act accordingly.
I looked at everybody that made fun of me, and I looked at their life, and there were a bunch of losers. So what I spent 2017, 2018, 2019 doing was making a ton of money. And then in 2020, I dumped it all in crypto. Like, what, do you think I'm going to be an idiot and work for 40 years? LOL. Brother, get me out of the game fast. Yeah, I'm not here to work. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to live my life. I'm here to explore the game. Oh, you got lucky and you didn't. Sue me, bro. I'll be lucky every day. Give me more luck. So when people say you got lucky, so be it. Whether I got lucky or not doesn't matter. The point is, the faster you can get out of the rat race and start focusing on your self-development is where you win.
Belmar calling critics losers while bragging about getting lucky and making money fast to get out of the game. At least he's admitting it was luck and not some genius strategy he can teach you. Most gurus pretend their success is replicable when it's really just timing and fortune. But if you got lucky and got out, why are you still here making content calling people losers? If you really won and escaped, you wouldn't need to be online defending yourself and putting others down. Sounds like someone who's still very much in the game of needing validation from strangers on the internet.
Guy loses his mind after being reminded he's bald.
You need to be removed from the gene pool because you're too fucking stupid to be alive.
Yeah?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
no hair, sweetie. Oh, baby.
Touch me. Fucking touch me.
No.
Fucking touch me. Fucking touch me. Touch me. Fucking touch me. Touch me. Come on. Come on, hard ass. Get that phone out of my fucking face. I'm about this close.
Another thing that's a big misconception about the world is this idea that there's experts in all these fields and every field is saturated. I believe that's complete bullshit. You could name any field. You could take something as complicated as rocket science. You give me an hour to read the right things and say the right things on camera. I can become a leading rocket scientist on the internet without knowing a fucking clue on how to put rockets in the sky. And then what I can do, once I'm famous enough and known enough and have enough money, is hire people who do know how to put rockets in the fucking sky. Because Elon can't build a fucking rocket. But you got a guy who goes, oh, I'm going to study rocket science. He'll sit in his book all day and he'll read. Then you're an employee. All the people who own the companies don't have degrees. Everyone who works for them has degrees.
Tate just contradicted himself multiple times in one breath. First, he says every niche being saturated is a lie, then admits there are experts in every field, then says he'd just hire people with actual knowledge to do the work. So which is it? He's basically admitting the formula. Fake expertise for an hour to get famous, then hire people with real degrees and knowledge to actually do the work while you take credit. That's not disproving the value of education. That's proving experts are necessary. You just want to exploit their knowledge without having it yourself.
Andrew?
Too slow.
Is that funny? It's not that I was actually too slow, because I didn't try and move fast. It's that I trusted you and you broke the trust. I don't think breaking the trust of your friends is a very funny thing to do. Maybe for you white people, that's normal. But where I'm from, we rely on each other. But I guess we're just built a little bit differently, aren't we?
Okay.
No.
Damn.
The mud charge in the veins, thunder in the chest, spark in the chains. Grids fell out the wires, dancing, sangs out, hits the flash, a live wire refrain. Buzz in the air, hair stands tall, static symphony, the voltage calls.
Why? I will 100% teach my son, beat the shit out of kids who make fun of you. Words do not solve problems. Bullies are not going to stop unless you punch them in the mouth. And anybody who says, use your words and have a conversation has never been bullied. Words do not solve it. If anything, they're just going to call you gay or call you soft or make fun of you more because you want to have a soft conversation. Just punch them in the face and move on with your life.
It's absolutely good to teach your kids how to defend themselves physically. That's an important life skill. But if they can handle situations with words first, that's even better and should be the priority. Teaching kids how to verbally shut down bullies and stand up for themselves with words is powerful. Most conflicts can be resolved or de-escalated without violence. And if the verbal approach doesn't work and they're being physically threatened, then yes, they should know how to defend themselves. But teaching kids to punch immediately when bullied sets them up for serious problems as they get older. They'll think instant violence is the normal way to handle confrontations, which leads to assault charges, legal issues, and an inability to function in adult society where you can't just hit people who disrespect you. Words first, then physical defense only when necessary.
Pussy or money? What's more important to you? Because we all know how this is gonna go. You've been chasing ass for your whole life, and where are you right now? You're working a 9 to 5, you hate your life, and you're addicted to dopamine. You gotta chase the paper, bro. That's what's actually gonna change your life. That's how you're actually gonna go from point A to point B. But the only reason why you're not chasing the paper is because you're too distracted by the pussy. You're too distracted when you go to the gym. You keep looking at ass. You keep DMing a bunch of hoes. You keep scrolling on reels. That's the reason why you have no focus and you can't actually take your life in a better direction. Cut all that shit out. And don't even just chase the money right away. Cut all the bullshit out. And I'm telling you, your life is going to get way better 180 degrees. No in between.
I like this one.
At some point, you're going to have to be a man and realize that pornography, video games, television, social scrolling, alcohol, weed, all these things that you use as distractions to avoid and escape your realities, your frustration of being a loser, they dig you deeper into that hole of being a loser. All of those vices that I just listed, you've got to eliminate. Because you may not be addicted to all of them, you might be addicted to some of them, but I can tell you all of them are some form of dependency, meaning you depend on it to fall asleep. You depend on it to take the edge off. You depend on it to relax. I don't know a lot of people who have dependencies and addictions to vices who are also massively successful.
He's basically right, even if the delivery is harsh. If you're relying on porn, video games, or weed to escape reality, you need to address that and work on it. Escaping your problems doesn't make them go away. It makes them grow while you're distracted. Facing your issues is uncomfortable, but that's how you actually solve them. Avoidance just lets problems get bigger until they're too large to ignore. If you're using anything as a constant crutch to avoid dealing with your life, that's a sign something needs to change. Address what you're running from. Face it head on, even when it's hard. That's the only way problems get smaller instead of haunting you forever.
I lost $10 million. Yeah, I ain't never gone through that. I went from Rolls Royces and Lamborghinis, had to sell them all. I went into almost $1 million in debt. $10 million lost. Penthouses, real estate assets, lost. 2021, one of the hardest years of my life. And I stood committed. I had so much stress that I was literally getting seizures on my face. And every day I was praising God's name. Crying in my shower. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. I teared up. I'm not gonna lie, it was teary fucking moments in my shower. Only in my shower. It was tough. But guess what? I never cursed God because I said, God, this is your will. May your will be done. And if I die, to die is gain. And guess what? He bounced all that shit back. All of it back. I went from debt, million in debt, paid off. I went from lost 10 million to making 10 million in literally months because he watched me for a year suffer.
From losing $10 million, face seizures from stress, crying in the shower, to then bouncing back through faith. If this story is true, that's genuinely impressive resilience. Losing everything and rebuilding takes real strength, regardless of what got you there. Your challenges might look different, but the principle of bouncing back from adversity still applies. Whether it's faith, discipline, support systems, or pure stubbornness, what matters is that you don't stay down when life knocks you over. Build something real, not just for show. Work on yourself consistently, not just when you feel motivated. Face your problems instead instead of escaping them. Find balance between money, relationships, and your well-being. You don't need to lose $10 million to prove you can bounce back. Start where you are right now. Whatever challenge you're facing, whatever setback you've experienced, that's your training ground. Get back up, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Your comeback story doesn't need to be dramatic to be real. Just keep showing up and doing the work. That's how you actually win.